Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be showcasing this Commander Cody figure that I made for a customer. I made this one using the Revenge of the Sith CGI renders of Cody as inspiration, as I wanted it to be as accurate to the film as possible, so all of the paintwork is made in reference to his model that was used in the film. It's refreshing to make a figure with specific weathering choices, because with every figure I make, I usually do it with my own style of weathering that I've developed over the years. But with this one, every single detail was made in reference to how he looks in the renders. And I also added a few new details just to make him look better, because I'm going to be honest, the actual renders of Cody, they don't look that convincing in terms of battle damage. But I made sure to keep all of the iconic elements, and I also added some more paint chipping and chipping away to his white armour. So it's Revenge of the Sith style, but it also has my own flair of weathering. Now for the whole reason I actually wanted to make this video. Magnets. Rather than simply sticking the newly printed shoulder pieces onto the existing Black Series shoulder pads, like I would have done in the past, I instead cut off the shoulders entirely, and then I added these small magnets to the arm using super glue, and then there's obviously a magnet glue to the inner part of the shoulder pad as well, and that allows it to connect. So now let's see another trick that I've done with this. You can use these bigger magnets that I've included with the figure to add in between the shoulders and arms, which allows it to have more space, and therefore it can move all the way with the arms when you're posing it. As you can see, they pop on nice and easily, and then they get sandwiched in between the two other magnets. And now it sits higher up, and it can move all the way out like this. So the reason I decided to innovate on this design is because with the Cody that I previously made, the shoulders were simply glued on top of the existing Black Series O-ring. And they protruded outward from the arm, and they didn't sit very flat, they almost looked quite flappy. And so now with the magnets, they sit much tighter against the arm, and it's more accurate to the proportions of Commander Cody. So now I'll just quickly run over the articulation. I've just added in those magnets. You can see how they make the shoulders sit much higher. And I'm just going to pop the arm out, it goes all the way up. It gets the exact articulation that you would expect from a Black Series clone trooper basically. This one's being quite tight, so I'm just trying to push it up. And you do also have to move the shoulder because the antenna can get in the way of the helmet. And there we go. You see I've had to move the shoulder pad in the way that the antenna doesn't hit the helmet. So here's a close-up of the connection. You can see that the magnets aren't actually touching, but there's enough of an attraction to keep the shoulder pad there. Obviously we have the new bicep swivel as well, which is a huge game changer for these Black Series clones. You can get so much more articulation out of it. You've got the shoulder pad here as well, which can move out of the way. Leads to some much more natural looking posing. And I must say I actually do really miss the double jointed elbows on the old clone trooper bodies, just because I like getting a bend that goes way past 90 degrees, whereas with these new Black Series clones, it gets just to about 90 degrees. I'm just taking off these extra magnets now from the inside of these shoulder pads. Of course we have these hinges at the wrists. I actually really like that Hasbro updated the model of the hand, because now the left one is also a trigger hand rather than being a fist. And the knees bend just past 90 degrees, and of course we have the new floating knee pads, which allows for more convincing poses. Gone are the days of having to surgically remove them from the thigh. Thank God. The ankles of course get a good range of motion. You have the hinge that goes up and down, and then the swivel that allows it to pivot. And for the head, it gives a full 360 degree motion, and I made a hot glue joint for this. And I will be doing a video showing you how to make hot glue joints for your helmets, because that way you're not having to use blue tack to stick it on, and you have a consistent look. What's so great about a hot glue joint is that it's also removable. This helmet easily pops off, and then I can put the head on. And obviously we have the ab crunch as well. So I think that covers all of the articulation. Like I said, it's pretty much the exact same as a normal Black Series clone trooper. And now I'll just show you how to pop the head off. It's pretty simple. Cody does have quite delicate details on his helmet, like his flashlight and the antennas, and so you have to make sure that you pop it off from the chin rather than pushing down on those elements because they could break. And here's the Commander Cody head. Making this really was just as simple as just adding the scar to the regular clone head. I don't know why Hasbro didn't do it on their new Commander Cody figure. And there you have it, one fully functioning custom figure that's going out to a customer. I used the high coat matte lacquer on this figure, and so it's pretty resistant against all forms of paint rub. You can really try and scratch this paint off with your fingernail and it just won't do it. I'm not encouraging you, do that at your own risk. Here's some comparisons as well to the original renders. I tried to match the posing as well. And now you can just enjoy looking at the closer details. I'll shut up for a bit. Thank you so much for watching this video, I really do appreciate it, and if you enjoyed it, then make sure to subscribe to the channel because I'll be uploading a new video every Friday. So I hope to see you next time.